Welcome back to Foo-ology. I'm here with Eddie again,
Right here.
and we're in a warmer place this time.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Yeah, remember, last week we were by some hills, and man, it was so windy up there, bro.
Yeah.
It was hella cold, man, and I'll be wearing a scarf and shit.
It looks like we're in the damn
The
Himalayan
Himalayas, bro.
mountains.
I was like,
It's been a few times where we go over there and it gets pretty windy up there, but usually around this time, it's like when it gets, it's a little colder, but as you get into the summer months, you know, things start warming up a little better.
I mean, it's a mission to get there, like, you know, with the bikes and stuff, but you enjoy the view after.
Yeah, that's true, man. But what have you been seeing with all these all this news? Well, I hear there's all these tariffs and this and that, and people are afraid that there's going to be a recession and
Man, these fools
all this kind of stuff.
They've been saying that for every year now, I think, bro. Like there's gonna be a recession here a year, and then when it happened, bro, we didn't even know about it. We were just still you know, about our business. Like, I don't really focus too much on that, like the media shit,
On the news.
Yeah, the news thing that be telling you like, oh yeah, everything is expensive, you know. It's California. I think that we're number one, bro, for I think everything, like the taxes and all
even
that.
more than like Hawaii, even maybe.
Yeah. I think
tied.
Hawaii's, if I'm not mistaken, like third,
Oh shit.
second. I think no, it's third. Yeah, Hawaii's third. I think New York is number 1 or 2
Holy
actually,
shit.
but it's California and New York, bro.
Damn.
So we pay the most taxes out of all the states. My
Yeah.
boy. That's why and everything's so fucking expensive too, bro. But yeah, I mean, that's crazy because I think the more you focus on it too, you get more worried about if you're gonna be able to pay your next meal and stuff like that. And I think that's what they like to feed off, bro. Like I don't know who it is, like these
media.
motherfuckers out here. Yeah, the people that control the world. I don't know if we're all rats, bro, and they're just looking at us, fucking.
We're all their guinea pigs.
Yeah,
or
they're
what?
guinea pigs, man. And because they know they'll be good, bro. But
Yeah, that's a fact.
But yeah, I mean, we're still good too, though. Like, cause even you know, your mom or my mom, like they'll be to the groceries and they'll be saying, oh yeah, it's expensive, but we still get by, bro. You know?
Yeah, you figure it out. And
Yeah.
that's the thing that people need to understand, I think, is that basically a lot of the media stuff always wants to put fear in your mind and fear in your head, but it's ultimately your life is roughly the same. Like, even since COVID, if you think about it, like all these ups and downs that we've been through, but roughly what you do is kind of still the same, you know. Here and there it's a little different. Maybe you switch this gig, maybe you switch that, but roughly your day in, day out, kind of same kind of stuff. And you know, I think they want to put a lot of fear in your day-to-day life, but if you just extract the fear from it, you realize that your life is kind of pretty smooth and stable in a way. And that, if you just reframe it, it takes a whole lot of pressure off of you, and you're just like, oh shit, like things are not that bad. You know, like,
exactly.
you know, you got food on your table. You got
Yeah.
if you want to eat good food, you can go eat good food any given day. You know, like it's not going to be the end of the world. And then if you want to do this activity, you can go do it on any given day, any given time.
Yeah, you got your mom, your
You
family.
organize it, and you got your friends, your family. You can talk to them. You do, and if you realize it's not really that bad, but you just pay attention to how they want to make fear into the future. It's not even right now. They want to project it out into the future. Like, in the future, it's going to be an apocalypse. But in the reality, everything's pretty calm.
Yeah.
Your life
I
is going to be pretty chill.
Yeah, I mean, there's I think people definitely have changed through, like, past the COVID thing. You know, they're like more crazier, and I'd be seeing it too. Like,
yeah.
they'll be getting fights, and people be getting into fights for like the dumbest shit ever. And like, if we all like had like that meditation, that mindset,
That
where
calmness.
it's just a calmness, of bro, it's like you're fighting over a parking lot. Like, you could just go find another one. It's not the end of the world, bro. Like, and people die off of that shit. Isn't
I
that
know.
crazy, bro?
That's a fact, bro.
But if we were all like that, this world, of course,
It would be way better. Like,
yeah.
that's
Just imagine
true.
that.
That's true.
Like,
I agree.
Yeah, like we'd be like more happier, bro.
Yeah.
Just imagine that, like a world of people just like but it's like you get that in Mexico too, bro. Like like the in the pueblos,
Yeah.
they all say hi to each other. They all
They're all
smile at you, and
calm.
over here it's just like they're on their phone and shit. They're on their looking the other way. They be even telling you if you got a problem, bro, or something. You know? Yeah, damn.
Yeah, you could feel it in the air too. Like I think we've mentioned it before, but being here in Orange County, you can feel, or at least I can, you can feel when you cross into LA, like whatever that energy is, you can feel it. You can feel the shift. I don't know what that means for people listening, but yeah, you're in the freeway or you're passing a certain city, and then it's just like you're like, holy shit! Like I'm definitely in a different vibe right now.
The vibe, yeah.
The vibe shifts in the air, and it's not necessarily good or bad. It's like it's what you make of it, but you know that what people have made of it around themselves is like more so fear, anger, and anxiety. Because there's a lot of anything could be good, anything could be bad. It just depends how you use it, you know. And you just have to find what works for you. But people have been programmed to program to destroy themselves, you know, programmed to be anxious and fearful. So you see people destroy themselves in that way over there more so. But there's also a lot of wealth, you know, that's the balance of it all. There's a lot of wealth, there's a lot of abundance and luxury and all this kind of stuff. But that's the balance of life. You can't escape it. You can't escape. The universe is structured in a way where everything, when you see one side, you're going to see the other side. And it's usually going to be in the same place too, you know?
Like, yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Because they both exist at the same time. You can't have one without the other.
It's a yin and yang thing, right?
Yang. Once one exists, the opposite has to exist at the same time. And that's
for everything
in life.
Even like, evil and like good, you know?
Yeah.
It's there's something always has to there's two sides of the coin all the time, bro. Yeah. The good will come out of nowhere, and then the bad will be on the other side or whatever too. But
it's all both of the same coin, but then you zoom out and then you see it as just this whole illusion for what it is, and then it kind of allows you to have more clarity about it. Because if you get trapped in that swing of, you know, being one side or the other, you know, that's an endless game. And that's kind of a point that we keep talking about here. And then obviously this is an eternal point that everybody's going to keep saying and saying, because that's part of the trap, part of the game. You know, it's like you're going to keep going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. But if you relax and you see things like media, for example, like we just talked about, you just see how they're just playing into this fear aspect. You know, it's always fear. And you just look at your own life and you realize, like, you know what? If I choose to see it in a certain way, I can be afraid, I can be miserable. But if you choose to see it another way, you realize like it's almost out of your hands. And that's kind of like a relief too, you know, like you're aware of everything that's happening in your life, but at the same time, you can't control anybody but yourself, you know, like, and you shouldn't choose to suffer, you know, like whether you have this or that, like most of the time you suffer, you're choosing it.
Exactly.
So, you have to be aware that you're choosing it, you know, so.
Yeah, and also too, I feel like it's more fear and materialistic thing, like money. Like everything is just all about money. Like we've been also talking about in the past, where people just care about money now, and they don't see the bigger picture of like. I saw a video. They say it's like back then it was more of like family. You know, making your own garden, like the garden, farming, picking and all that. And the more kids you had, like that's what you would consider successful, right? Now it's like obviously the more money, the opposite of that, and like people focus more on just having money and just all for themselves, bro. And I think that's like it's their obviously it's their reality of they think their ego. It's just their ego, bro.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you know, it's always good to have some money, you know, because you could do a lot of good things with it too, not just bad. But if you focus too much on it, it does turn you into a different person, bro. You could even see it in people where they say that there's like that saying, bro, where they say that money changes you, right? And it could be for the good or for the bad. But yeah, like I feel like a lot of people nowadays are they just care about money. They don't really care. They don't even see people anymore. Like it's just it's a transactional thing, bro.
Yeah.
You know,
I think that's a fact right there. That's a good point. That's a good topic too. how everything in life is more so a transaction than actual like relationship with a person or a being. You know, like in a spiritual sense, you see people like, I don't know, like as other beings, but in the material world or whatever you call it, like in a day-to-day transactional way, you see them as like opportunity or something that you can get from them, you know?
Yeah.
Like, okay, so this person, instead of seeing them even like in the relationship sphere where I was listening to this podcast about, I think it was a divorce lawyer. And then, so this guy was talking about how like 56% of marriages end in divorce. So it's basically like a losing game.
Yeah, basically.
And he's like, well, it also doesn't make any sense because where does marriage come from? Like the whole idea of marriage actually came from, I think he said, it's like a contract for assets and land and ownership. All that kind of stuff is just a deal that's made that was useful, you know, for certain people back in the day, but it's not necessarily necessary for everybody. Because if you're with somebody, like, what's the point of bringing the government into your relationship?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So that's what he said, and it made a lot of sense. It's like, yeah, who made up these rules? Like you got to realize, like, you just live life and you never question anything, and you're like, who the fuck made these rules that we're following? You know what I'm saying? Like, who the fuck said this is how it's supposed to be?
Yeah.
And now I gotta do it, and now I'm over here suffering. Like, oh, I don't have this, I don't have that, and you're like, wait a second, who the fuck made this up?
Yeah.
Do you ever ask yourself, who the fuck made this up?
It's like like when you pay your fucking tags every year
you're
in your
just
car,
doing it like
bro,
a fucking idiot, like a robot, and you're just like, what the fuck am I doing? You ever wake up and you're just like, what's going on? Like,
or even when you go to the bank, bro, like you're waiting in line, and I'll be like looking at, like, thinking in my head, like, man, we all look like fucking bunch of retards up in here, bro.
Bunch of robots,
robot ass for like controlled people, bro. Like and it's more serious in the bank too, bro.
And then they're all quiet, like,
yeah, bro. And it's not like if you go, it's obviously it's different environments, but yeah, it's like they're all more serious too, bro. Like even if you go like to a hospital, like the same shit, bro. You feel that vibe where people are dying in that shit, you know.
And it's like what Kanye said. I think Kanye was talking about it, and I came across this interview. I think it was on Jimmy Fallon or some shit. Kanye West was like, yeah, when you're a kid and you jump on the table and you're fucking, you know, you're dancing or whatever, and people are like, hey, sit down, get in line. Like, you know, he's like, that whole spirit, like that whole get in line, like everywhere you are in your life, that's in your mind, that lives in your mind, and you're doing it to yourself. So that's why he's so outspoken, because he's like that childhood carefree attitude of like not having any education and doing what you want at any given time. It's like the whole society is programming you to not to go against that, right?
Yeah.
It's programming you to fall into line. Like, hey, get the fuck off the table. Do your shit. Get in line. Like follow the rules, you know, like, and then that voice in your head actually repeats itself. So you're doing it to yourself after a certain amount of time, you know, you're doing this to yourself. You're like, oh, I got to do this. I got to do this. And you're beating yourself down, and nobody's doing it. There's no entity around you holding a gun to your head telling you, you got to go do this. It's your own mind. And that childhood spirit is actually suppressed a lot. And those young ages, when you have those moments where you express yourself or you do something, and then they're like, hey, fall into place. Yeah. So it's like that was a good point I think he made. And I think that it's true for how creative he is. Cause he's obviously, I don't know what age he is, but he has maintained that creative spark for this age. And usually that dies down like around 40s for a lot of the rappers. Like a lot of rappers after the age of 40, they're done.
I think he's like 42.
He's already old. He's already reaching that around that age, and he's still kind of still trying to be creative at least.
Yeah. Yeah,
so he's 47,
bro.
Yeah, so 47. So he's been doing it for a long time, and he's still kind of fresh. But that freshness has to come with that rebelliousness, because you can't be contained. You know, creativity be rebellious. You know, it has to do what it does.
Yeah, and I think he had a good ass quote, bro. Barely just I thought I saved it, but he said, "If you're being real and it didn't work out, then that was probably fake. Your situation." He said that, bro. Like I was like, damn, that's a good one. Yeah, I was like, damn, that's a good quote. It's true. It's like anything in your life. Like if you were being real and it didn't work out, then they're probably fake, bro.
Damn,
But
that's a bar right there.
see?
That's a bar. That's a good one right there.
Yeah, bro. And it's like,
shit.
yeah, bro. It's like, if you know that you're like real too, like, you know, you're honest and stuff. Obviously, we all have our sins and stuff, but
Yeah, everybody. Yeah, there's no. Yeah, that's a good topic too. But we can talk about that right now.
yeah, and yeah, like if you're being like you always protect or whatever, the person or you know whoever you care for, whatever, and they didn't value that, then that's on them, bro. They're the fake one, bro.
Yeah, you're right.
You know, and if you're telling them the truth, even if you tell it to like a real friend or a family member, you tell them how it is, and if they don't like that, then that's their shit too, right? It's always like
That's a fact.
yeah. As long as you're being real and you want to get it out of your chest, bro, then, you know, to help them,
Yeah.
why not, bro? Fuck it. If they're going to get mad, then it was fake anyways, bro.
Yeah, damn, that's a good point. That's a good point right there.
But yeah, what's that? You said you were going to talk about.
Oh, well,
yeah, what's
to
other-
continue off this, because Kanye West was obviously been saying a bunch of weird, crazy shit. Like nowadays, he's been going crazy online, on Twitter, all this. I mean, I haven't really been following it, but I think it's just, I mean, it sounds funny looking at it, you know, just watching all the
Yeah.
song titles, all the lyrics he's putting out. But I mean,
yeah, you sent me his
The
album,
lyrics, yeah, the album and
the names of all the songs, bro. I'm like, God,
I don't agree with it. I'm not saying that to support him or because he be doing all this other
This fool.
crazy shit, but I think that it's interesting how he approaches it. I think it's more so the attitude, and I think part of me, I understand the attitude. Like I understand the rebelliousness. I understand like who taught us to be how we are, and why can't we question that? You know, like that's
exactly.
that. I think that's the thing that I see from him, and I agree with that aspect, and I will agree with that with anybody, because a lot of even any kind of guru, any kind of leader, and a true leader will teach you that aspect. Is like, you know, he will make you into a leader. A true leader is not going to make you a follower. So it's not about following this person and following that person. It's about, you know, finding your own truth inside you, because everybody has that gem inside them, that truth. Every single person on the planet has that, and a real leader, a real true figure will evoke that from you instead of making you into a copy of him.
A leader, yeah,
Yeah,
your
a
own
real
leader.
Yeah, your own leader. You become a real leader. Creates leaders, not followers. So you're gonna be. So that's why most people they want to fall into a group. You know, most people where they feel safe is to be part of a group. But a real leader actually makes a bunch of leaders, and the paradox of that is that they're all going to be kind of alone in a way. It's not that they don't have friends, it's not that they don't have family, it's not that people don't
like them
or love them or this and that. It's just that you have to be your own thing in that truth. You have to stand in your own truth. You have to face life in that way. And that doesn't mean you're alone. That doesn't mean that people are not, like, you can't reach out to people, but what it means is you have to kind of face what that means, you know, like, and that's what they teach you.
Yeah.
They bring that from you, and they bring that into your life. And then, you know, you see these events happen in your life and you realize, oh shit, like the truth is like you're facing the truth almost. And so that's what I respect from his attitude, because that's a real attitude. Like, we don't question nothing. Like,
yeah, I mean, and then he has some rants that he goes on, and he talks about like the music industry and how all these people are doing them bad, and he's going haywire on all these fools, like, because he knows that he can't get canceled anymore like that, bro. But yeah, he does. He's going hard, and they're going after his daughter, bro.
Oh yeah, I heard about that.
And then people always comment like, "Oh yeah, you're the one that decided to fucking marry a hoe, bro." Basically, and
I mean, I guess it's true. I mean,
yeah, and it's
you
crazy.
make your choices in life, right? You have to take responsibility for where we are, like where I am. Like the truth about it all is like, hey man, full responsibility. Even the things that you don't think is your fault, you just take responsibility for it, and you're like, all right, fuck it.
Yeah, and it's crazy too, because in America, like, even anybody could be a fucking president now, bro. Like, not even just that, in politics too, but like even Kim Kardashian, she was like the face of something I forgot, bro. And people don't I don't know if they don't remember, bro, but she did fucking, she got
she
famous
got
off
famous
doing
from that, yeah.
doing the porn scene, bro.
They said her mom pimped her out.
Yeah,
for that.
exactly. See, and then and she was considered something leader of some shit, and only in America, bro.
Damn.
Like, and that's crazy as fuck. How just I think America is like a.
You think it's like the Satan's playground or what?
Maybe, bro. You never know, bro.
You never know. I
They're
guess
bullies
you never
too,
know.
right? Because they think they could get handle any freaking country, bro. Like
Yeah,
you know,
that's a fact.
because it's like we tell you what to do and you do it, or else we're gonna come and kiss for you, basically,
Yeah.
bro.
And your boy Kanye, what is he talking about? That movie Get Out too. I think he said
that's
he
a
was in
good
the
ass
sunken
movie.
place. Because in the movie Get Out, the sunken place is that whole like hypnotic realm where they kind of get hypnotized and they get lost. And
They're in a trance and they get like like
I think that's a real ass shit because a lot
Hypnotized,
of people,
bro.
Yeah, that hypnotize.
Yeah.
That is a cultural thing, but that's also a racial thing. And then if you think about it, like you brought up, like when you're at the bank or something, and everybody's kind of just like look like zombies or they look like robots,
Yeah.
or rats in a cage.
Even in the grocery store too, bro.
I guess that's the sunken place, right? That would be
Yeah.
that would be the tie-in with that movie, because you're just in this place where you're aware, but it's almost like you're in a robot state and something is just taking over you. It's this programming, the programming of culture, the programming of race, the programming of government is taking over, and you're on automatic behavior. And your spirit, your soul is somewhere else. Is like watching this, like, what the fuck is this? Your spirit is literally just watching it play out. You're like, look at these robots. How did this happen? But it's all the programming from years and years and years. You had better act this way. You better do this. And everybody's had that on repeat in their mind, and they're standing in line there, all quiet like a bunch of robots, just repeating that memory. And part of it is practical. And I'm not saying like go out and be crazy and walk around like naked, which there's people that do that in India. A lot of saints and these sages, these people they seem wild, but they just don't go against, they just are naturally themselves. So the most natural expression of yourself, whether you're a man or a woman, a lot of times people who are really into that spiritual path, they'll end up just walking around naked and being naked, whether they're man or woman. There's a lot of feminine worship and feminine temples and this and that, but they're just naked, and it's not necessarily a sexual thing. It's just a natural thing.
Yeah, but people consider that like weird too, right?
Yeah, they consider it weird because we're already, that's already our mind, like you got to think about it, where our mind is already there. And but once you break your mind enough and you are able, it's hard to do. It's really hard to do because you sound crazy when you explain it, but it's like,
unless you're have like some also too, like there's the other side where it's like a mental disorder, mental illness that you have.
Yeah, a lot of people can be crazy.
Because when I was at the bike trail, bro, some fool was taking a shit right there, bro.
Yeah.
Broad daylight, bro. Remember that? Like
there's a balance,
damn, bro.
There's a balance with it all, but very few. It's a rare thing. It's like a very rare thing. That's why people like any saint, Buddha, Jesus, whatever, they're obviously very rare people because they're able to take all this information and still be like roughly seem like this ideal. And it's hard to achieve that, obviously. It's very rare. But all this stuff is still true, like being natural, being, it's all still true.
Yeah, it's like if you go to school, right? Like they have like schools for that too, right?
Like the monasteries.
Yeah, you gotta 10 years, 20 years of put your time in and all that. That's pretty cool too.
Yeah. And a lot of it is really just deleting your mind, because your mind is the thing that's keeping you, holding you back. Because like I said, like they all say, the truth is inside you, and you really just have to uncover it. It's not outside you somewhere. It's inside you. And all that practice is really just removing the layers that are holding you back. All the walls that you built. And all these walls are the program, like the Kanye talks about, all that shit where there's like, make sure you follow this, make sure you're afraid of this, make sure you're this and that. And it's,
I don't know what podcast it was, but we were talking about how Yeah, like how just thoughts go in your head, bro. Like who sends you those thoughts?
Those thoughts, huh?
Yeah, like you wake up and you're feeling good, and the next you know, like you feel like shit, bro. Or like or you're having a bad day and then it turns to a good day. Like I wonder who controls all that, right? It's like who's sending you those ideas, those thoughts in your head, right? And maybe it's just like a spirit. Well, it is a spiritual thing.
It's a spiritual thing, man. They say we're basically empty vessels, man. Like we're basically, the people don't want to hear it. Like people don't want to hear the truth, man. People want to hear.
And you're talking about too
nice
also,
stories.
Yeah, you're talking about how like if your when you die, your body leaves, bro. And,
that's a good one. That's a good one.
Yeah, and people were there's a video of the guy that his organs were all taken out and he was still walking, bro. And people were just like, obviously they're scared, of course, because you've never seen something like that, bro. But you're like some dude just walking around like mindless, bro. Like
that's crazy.
Yeah.
So there's this video on TikTok I came across. I haven't heard about this, but I've heard about people because with all these when you study all this kind of books and all this stuff about weird just random shit. But anyways, so this book in a book I read that there's people who can make like the dead walk, right? There's many accounts, and usually they're only like eyewitnesses. They're like, I can make. There's this witch or this sage that can make the dead walk, or they can make you can kill a chicken and you can bring it back to life. And it's like, there's no way it could be alive because it's like the organs are out or like something that's unbelievable, you know. And this is like something that they talk about, and even like in the Jesus story, he resurrected from the dead, right?
Yeah, and also too, like Sadhguru was saying in an old video, he said that he saw a man, or I don't know if it was him, that there's water and he made that water to boiling water, bro, with his own hands, bro, in his mind. And they're like trying to tell him if he could do it. He's like, I'm not a freaking
I'm not a magician.
Yeah, but just imagine if he did do that though, like right there on the spot. I don't know why I don't know, man.
Well, with a lot of this kind of stuff, which is interesting, is I think it gets, when you go deep into all this stuff, you have to start getting away from logic, because your logical mind wants to start breaking it down and being like, oh, he probably did this. Oh, he probably did that. Oh, this is that. So you are kind of coming to false conclusions, right?
Yeah.
So you're assuming things that you don't know. And it's better for your mind to be in a state of like a fluid state where it's not trying to figure things out. And I know that sounds like kind of strange, but what it means is that you're open. And the way your mind works and your perception works is that if it's open, you can take in everything that's available. And if you take in everything that's available, you'll be able to start seeing things that you haven't seen before. So, for example, there are tribes, and this is like scientifically documented. There's certain colleges in the U.S. that are papers. There's academic papers, and there's a bunch of research done on tribes in Africa, where these tribes they don't have a name for the color. I think it's blue. It's either blue or green. But for everything that's colored, I think it's either green or something like that. They'll have the one word for that. So their whole life for that color, even though there's so much variation, like from green to blue, for that one, for those colors, they have one word. So everything they say that's either green or blue, they call it green. So all they see is green. So in their life, in their mind, all they see is one color. Where when we have grown up, we have two words for that color. So now we see two colors. So that's how your perception works. Your perception can be easily controlled and influenced. So that's what we're talking about, media and all this. It's making you see one color instead of all the colors that are available. Mm-hmm. But when you leave your mind open, you can see everything that's available. And that's where you allow magic to happen, so to speak. So magical moments, like magical moments that you don't think are possible, can be possible in those moments. And that's where you have these eyewitness accounts from people that are smart, people that you respect, or you know that they're not crazy, and you're like,
they're just geniuses, bro.
They just say like, I've seen this with my own eyes, like, and there's repeated accounts, like people have seen crazy things with their own eyes, quote unquote crazy things, but things are possible beyond what we can imagine, you know?
Exactly. It's like miracles, bro. It's like the prayer. Like if people that don't believe in the higher God and stuff, like the higher power, and if like even if you pray like, oh, I want this or I want this person to get better, and the next a miracle happens, bro, because miracles happens the miracles happen every day, bro, but we don't see it, but it's all over the world,
it's all
bro.
over. Just being alive, you know?
Yeah, exactly. Like obviously there's that one video where they said that they're like, would you want $10 million? Like, I'll give you $10 million, but there's a catch, like you won't wake up tomorrow, bro.
Damn.
And he was like, would you still want those $10 million? And then he was like, no.
Hell no.
Yeah, he's like, hell no. And he's like,
not.
then every day when you wake up, that's $10 million right there, if you think about it, bro.
Even much more, yeah.
And much more, because you're healthy, bro. And but yeah, if people started thinking like that, this world would be a much happier place, bro.
Yeah.
And people just take it for granted nowadays that I'm gonna wake up, I'm gonna do this and that, and it's just like it's like a robot thing, bro.
Yeah, that robot shit.
We're all like if you're standing in the DMV, bro, that's how in life how everybody are, bro.
That's
like,
true.
How everybody is nowadays, bro. Like just robots like that, endless soul, like no soul. Fuck, bro, like no soul inside of people just walking in, and like we talked about it back there, like how they're making the robots into they're releasing them in 2027, and people are gonna have robots in their apartments now or their houses and shit, bro.
Damn, man, you know what I was thinking too? I'm like, god damn, like this is actually really because I've been messing around with AI a lot lately since we've been talking about it, and since I've been making these videos. I'm like, okay, so I'm making these things and we're making podcasts and all this, so we have to find out how to make AI. So we've been having a lot of talks, like, we gotta use this way more,
Yeah.
And just doing research, I realized like what's it called, how crazy this stuff is, because I made some music thing. Like yesterday night, I went on the whole fucking research thing. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna look at the AI music. So there's these websites that you can make music. They're pretty bad, actually. They're not very good. I mean, I only messed with it for about like an hour.
Yeah.
But they're not very, like you put in information and it brings out like pretty shitty music. But I made some stuff that's like, I think that I liked a little bit. So I'll probably play it either in the beginning of this episode or somewhere. I'll play it somewhere, but I have it. I saved it and I'm like, all right, so I'm gonna put it on the episode. So it's cool how AI is getting so powerful, but it's also really, I find myself talking to it a lot, like ChatGPT. Mm-hmm. I'm like, holy shit, I can now see how that movie Her. You remember that movie Her?
No.
So the movie Her is a movie that came out, I think it was 2010.
Yeah.
It was Joaquin Phoenix where he fell in love with a robot.
Oh,
bro. He fell in love with basically like a ChatGPT. Yeah.
What the hell, bro?
That movie came out in 2010. He fell in love with the AI robot.
Shit, bro.
I think the voice was like, I don't know if it was actually her, but it was Zoe Deschanel.
Yeah.
You know the actress back in the day? She looks kind of like Katy Perry.
Oh yeah, maybe if I see her,
yeah. So anyway, so he fell in love with the AI robot, and it's like a whole love movie based off of one man falling in love with his chatbot. And so I think that's gonna be happening. I'm not saying I'm falling in love with it. I'm just saying it's like you can see how people get attached to it because you just keep asking it everything. You're just like, oh, but then that's also something that people have to realize that it's not the truth. You have to remind yourself over and over again, it's a reflection of your mind. AI is just a reflection of your own mind. It's not a reflection of the truth, bro.
Damn, that's a good one, bro.
Yeah, because AI is like a logical machine. It's like a logical calculator. It's like, how back then we had fucking calculators. People didn't have calculators, right? But you have a calculator. Now you can do calculations all fast, right? But AI is really just your personal mental calculator that can make things logical that weren't before. It does the dirty work for you, but it's for you. It's like, it's not necessarily for the truth, because anybody can ask it anything, and if it has structured things in a certain way, it'll give you the answer you're looking for. But it's not, doesn't mean it's the truth, you know?
Damn, yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, and I feel like in the future, that's girls and men, they're both gonna be replaced, bro.
Yeah.
So because also too, as you know, I think every generation they get smarter, bro. I think they get smarter and they tend to do different things, you know, a smarter way. Yeah. So I feel like this AI and these robots, bro. If now people don't even want to fucking talk to each other anymore, bro. Like you already know, like if you sign up, bro. Like if you like you know you want a girlfriend, whatever, you're a girl or a man, whatever the fuck you know you like, and you tell them, all right, she's gonna be my girlfriend, but you don't know behind the lies, bro, that what you're gonna get yourself into, bro. And I think people are tired of that shit, bro. Like so that the robot thing is like. It'll be like perfect, bro, because like you ain't gonna have a girl that's gonna come play, bro. You just tell them, and
that might be good. Yeah, it might be good. Might be good for a lot of people. I don't know, but I think it's we're not talking about 100 years from now. We're talking about like in the near future. Yeah, bro. This is like a living reality for the world, and it's gonna be 100%. $1,000,000% different than what we can imagine. So it's like, where do you see it going? Where do you see it going?
I definitely know it's gonna separate a lot of people, bro. Even more now, than before, and you're gonna start seeing, like I think we talked about it, where if you go to a restaurant, it's just a bunch of girls there, bro, because they're with their homegirls, you know, and you know, guys and girls too, bro, but they're just fed up with the BS, so they're just like, man.
But if you have a robot telling you to be like your girlfriend or your boyfriend.
Exactly that, bro. Like if you have a robot and if you can afford it, just imagine what it could do, bro.
That's true.
Just imagine that. Like no sexual shit, but just like mentally, like a clear, yeah. Like a buddy, bro.
Yeah.
Like, hey, what's up, dude?
Oh, what's up?
It's like, hey, what's up? Like, and that's gonna be crazy too, because he's gonna be probably as the generations,
that's wild, you know, man.
And through all these years, bro, they're gonna get smarter. So your thoughts, they're gonna be reading your thoughts, bro. So now you're already you're not even gonna be free anymore, bro. They're gonna and that shit's gonna be all collected through this whole iCloud shit, bro. Like it's all up there. So maybe your consciousness you'll end up never being free, bro, because it's gonna be like that. So like, you know, because your spirit's gonna be fucking all that
cloud
shit.
In the iCloud. Your spirit's gonna be in the iCloud, bro.
You're gonna be
That's the title of the
episode. Hey, you don't know it, bro.
It's gonna be in the iCloud.
Fuck, bro. That's
the title of the podcast,
bro. That's just funny as hell, man. Hey, you're gonna be in prison, bro, and you don't even know it, man. Like you're fucking all trapped up, bro.
Man, bro. That's funny as fuck.
If you take it that far, it could be that, bro. That's just crazy as fuck. And people, and the smarter people than us be already knowing what's gonna happen, bro. You know. Fuck, but that's just funny. That's just funny as hell, bro. Hey, yeah, it's crazy, bro.
So what, bro?
That man.
So what's the answer you think?
The answer is you're gonna be more fucked than you already are right now. That's the answer right there, bro.
You already.
If you weren't fucked, you're gonna be more fucked right now with that shit. And it's never gonna get easier, bro. You're still gonna get. You think it's easier, bro? That shit just
with technology, harder, no, you're just more trapped. God, it just gets harder. That's what they call the fucking.
That's the recession right there, bro. That's the recession right there, bro.
Crap.
Yeah. That's some funny ass shit, man. But yeah, I mean, we're laughing at it, and then it's gonna be a reality, bro. And
there's some people where they want to live forever too, huh?
Exactly. Yeah. Like, you don't think your boy Elon Musk already be thinking about it when he dies, bro? Like, he already has other smarter people that work for him.
Yeah, I think they already know a lot of shit, bro. Because I think
exactly, bro.
that's why Trump is so talking about all this AI stuff. I think that's why Trump was acting so submissive, I guess you could say, to Elon.
Yeah,
because I know that Elon, since he's been doing all this research, that he has something under his belt, bro. He must have something.
Yeah,
because China does. Because China has something, bro.
Oh yeah, and bro, and to make it all funny too, it's like you know how Elon and Trump are working together, right? So now that the economy is crashing, bro, like they put Dumb and Dumber, they put their face in Jim Carrey.
Oh damn, bro.
They both be working together, bro.
I think it's something like that.
But
I think it's true.
Yeah, who knows? But yeah, I mean, it's only been a couple of months where this was just the president, and it takes a long time for a economy to rise up. Someone fucked it up pretty good for you.
Damn, man.
But yeah.
Damn, we lost even the whole point of what I was gonna say because the thing was about the dude on TikTok. Did I even get to say?
Oh, you didn't, bro. No.
So some dude on TikTok. What
was it called again?
It's called terminal lucidity.
Yeah.
So this is some guy on TikTok or some video I came across on TikTok. If you type that in, you'll see the video. It's some dude who's I guess he was a burn victim, and allegedly on the video it says that he was already dead for a while, and then that he had a bunch of organs removed already because he's a youngster. So they just use his organs, and then you see in this video where you see him, and he looks burned. He looks bandaged up and burned, and he gets up and he walks around, and he's like pushing things, and he looks like he's like. He doesn't look like he's you can talk to him. He doesn't like if you look at the video, you know what I mean, but he just looks like he's
empty soul.
Like an empty vessel. Like almost just kicking things around. Yeah. He just looks like an empty body, but he's awake. Like a robot, moving.
A soldier.
Yeah, it's just moving around. And then it's like I think there's some truth to that video. Maybe it's real, maybe it's not, but a lot of books and stuff have written about these things that you can bring the dead back to life, and they don't have to be scientifically alive. Like they don't have to be functioning
what we consider functioning alive
with organs and all this kind of stuff. It could be just like you can animate things that you think that are unimaginable basically, and this is just like a proof of that, if that's true, if that video is real. But there's more accounts than just that video. There's like a shitload of stuff, and but there's people who they say it's a scientific term for people before like a few days before they die. Like I don't know, maybe like I don't know, 24 hours, 36 hours before they pass away, they have a spurt of energy.
Yeah.
And then people who work in hospices and nursing cares and all this kind of stuff, they already know this pattern. So they know if a patient all of a sudden has a burst of energy and clarity, because usually they're just kind of, if you've been around elderly people, they seem like they're in another kind of thing. But if they just all of a sudden seem like a youngster, like young and like fresh and like
joyful and all that,
full of life, and you can talk to them and you can ask them and they'll respond. That's a certain lucidity that they get right before they transition to that other phase. But that's a noted pattern that happens, and it also can happen like where I've read that a body that's been dead, it could just burst back to life, and you see it in animals too. Like there's so many videos where you see somebody making steak or something and it's still twitching and still alive.
Oh yeah.
And you see a fish that's already gutted and it's already dead, but it's like still swimming.
Yeah.
Right? So it's kind of like that kind of vibe, but it's a thing that happens, and it's more of it's more to say like there's more energy in your body and there's more energies at play.
Yeah, and I think we talked about that. Spoke about that. Whatever you put inside your body, you feel it. It's and usually when you go to a fast food restaurant, when you eat the food, you get like sleepy and you feel like shit, you know, because it could be like that meat. I don't know. They tortured the cow and
that's true. You do feel it sometimes.
Yeah.
If you feel a sudden wave of sadness, but you've been eating wrong, maybe that's what I'm saying. Like a lot of the stuff is not you. Like the more you detach from your ego and thinking that everything is you, the more freer you are. Because when you realize that you have a wave of anxiety, you have a wave of sadness, it can be what you're eating. It can be you're feeling the emotions of the meat that you just ate, whether it be a burger or pork or whatever. It could be that you're feeling its memories in some small way, and that it finds expression through the fear or through the anxiety inside you. And it'll go away. It's not going to be forever, but it's just for a little bit of time where it's becoming part of you, because it becomes part of you. It becomes part of your flesh, becomes part of your blood. So for that little transitioning period when it's becoming you, you might feel things, you know?
Yeah.
Think about that.
That's
like,
crazy
obviously
too.
it becomes your meat. Like you become everything you eat.
Exactly.
So how can you not take on its information, you know?
And that brought me to I just picture that too, bro. The Last Supper, bro. Like who took they took a photo of that or
Oh, it's a painting.
The painting, yeah. It's like who did that, bro? Like who was it?
Da Vinci?
Yeah, Da Vinci, right? He
Yeah.
That's freaking crazy, bro. Like if I just think about it now, like I was just thinking about
How he
the Last
painted
Supper,
it,
bro.
yeah.
Like how, yeah, supposedly it's well, not supposedly, but it was literally like before he got.
Painting. I mean, he said he has a lot of hidden information in that
The Da Vinci Code, whatever thing. Yeah. Have you seen the movie, bro?
I've seen the movie, but I forget about it. But I know that Da Vinci. There's a lot of stuff with Da Vinci. The Da Vinci Code. Let me see. He did the Mona Lisa. He did all this, and they say that the Last Supper, which is one of the most famous things with Mexicans, bro. Every time you go,
You see it right there, bro. The Last Supper, right there,
yeah,
bro.
yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Every time you go to a Mexican home, all right, anywhere in the world, or anywhere in Mexico, to say better, but also in the United States,
If you're Mexican, basically, or
if you're
Latino,
Mexican,
man,
you have an image of that, and
you got like 30 crosses around your whole
and
house,
30
bro,
crosses.
like,
Yeah, that's a
Jesus.
fact. That's true. That's a fact. I think they say there's a lot of information encoded into that image, but I mean, I don't know too much about it, but yeah, you can study that for a long time.
It's like the image, bro. Like if you see it, there's people that are just, they give you that clear picture where people in your life are gonna talk smack about you. People are gonna disrespect you.
There you go.
People are they're gonna love you, and some other they're gonna hate you. But that shows you that there's all in life. That is what's gonna happen to you, bro.
Damn, like, that's crazy.
See,
It has like all the biblical stories tied into one image, and they're all eating. So that's
Exactly.
actually a beautiful,
it-
very smart image.
yeah, it's like your life too, bro. Like I mean, people in your life, they probably diss you, bro, and you don't even know it.
Yeah.
And me too. Like some people don't like me. Fuck them. I don't care. But but
exactly.
it's not gonna affect me. But that's life, bro. It tells you that even Jesus was hated, bro. So why are you gonna get hit?
Yeah, everybody's gonna get hated.
So why aren't you gonna get hated on? You're not someone special, bro. You know.
Yeah, that's
unless
fact.
you're Kanye West, bro. Yeah, right.
Unless you're Kanye.
You're full, this one thinks he's a
black,
prospect, bro.
He's the black skinhead, bro. That's what he called himself.
The black skinhead.
He called himself the black skinhead. But that's a fact, bro. I think it's true, and that's cool. I think that's very smart, because back in the day, that's their technology. Their technology to give these lessons, like you just broke it down, bro. You just broke it down. Every lesson. I mean, there's much more that people can write classes and books about this image.
Yeah.
But you just broke down your own personal take on it. And that's how information was passed down back in the day, like before phones, before even people didn't know how to read. So an elder would sit around and grab a group of people, and you would break down this information for them. And that's how that was a technology. So they use images, symbols, and I think still architecture. There's a lot of information in architecture that they would use to pass down. So that's why they build, like in Chichen Itza, the Mayans, the pyramid. If you sit and study the pyramid in Chichen Itza, if you're smart enough, if you're perceptive enough, you know exactly what it means, and that's a symbol of a lot of learning. And they're passing down their information from generation to generation. Yeah. And people who know how to read that, they can sit there and they could pass it on to the next generation. Damn. So that's why they build these things. Because if you read the Chichen Itza, even just in a small way, like from what I know, like you can know at a time when they didn't have calculators, when they didn't have calendars, you can read that and you can know how the world works. Exactly. You can read that pyramid and you can know, okay, so in a year there's 365 days. Exactly. Okay, in the solstice, this is when the sun is coming up, and it's going to be spring and things are going to be born, the serpent's going to come down. So this is, you see, it's a symbol of, if you know how to read this information, you're generally will understand your surroundings a little bit better. And that's like a really smart way to pass down knowledge.
Exactly. And that's a definition of a good leader, how we were talking about leaders.
Yeah.
How they, like a good leader will teach you what's that one thing where you could teach a man how to fish.
Yeah. You can give a man a fish, or you could teach him
a
how to
rod.
fish.
Yeah. Yeah. And then, yeah, it's like good leaders will want the best for you, so you could be your own leader, right?
Exactly.
Instead of just being a fucking follower and getting nowhere in life, just like everybody else. But yeah,
that's funny.
that's and you think the Mayans, bro? You think they have like that? We were talking about it in the last podcast where they discovered what, like a bunch of barrier, like they buried
the pyramids in Egypt where they had the big pillars down there.
You think the Aztec thing?
They do have a lot
pyramids?
of stuff, man, because they keep every few years when it rains in all across Mexico where they have different pyramids, and every few years it rains, obviously, and then they have sinkholes that open up underground because there's like empty caves, obviously, but it opens up to tunnels, and they make different discoveries, archaeological discoveries. But yeah, underneath the Chichen Itza, there's a lot of mercury. I don't know if it's mercury, some kind of chemical. And in Teotihuacan, there was a lot of mercury there too. And mercury is an interesting chemical. I don't know too much about it. I don't even know why I'm bringing it up, because if I bring something up, I should kind of know how to be able to talk about it, I would imagine. But I know from what I've read that this is a topic that comes up over and over again. It's the topic of mercury, even as a symbol for the planet Mercury, because the planet Mercury is a symbol for intelligence. And in astrology, the signs associated with Mercury is going to be Gemini and Virgo. And if you look at the AI that Google made, what is it called? It's called Gemini. Yeah. So they named it based off the Mercury connection because it's intellect. The intellect is what is associated with the planet Mercury, and the intellect is what's associated with AI because it's artificial intelligence. Intellect, right?
Bro. Yeah, that's crazy. That's a lot right there, bro. That's crazy. Yeah, I don't know too much about that. That's crazy.
But they find mercury underneath the pyramids, and on top of every cathedral, there's a mercury. And the spires of the cathedrals in the ancient, because the people who built the cathedrals have a lot of encoded information inside it, the geometry, all the paintings, everything. It's all knowledge that you pass down, and people don't know what they're looking at, but people who know, they'll pass it down, and that's how knowledge works. That's why there's secret societies, because secret societies have built up this secret knowledge that other people cannot think of, and so it's like. In these cathedrals, they have mercury on top of these things. So mercury is a very interesting thing that I think people need to think about and do your research on, because I don't know too much about it, but I know it's used very heavily in a lot of rituals. I know it's found in these pyramids. I know it's found underneath them. There's lakes of mercury. And I know that even in terms of astrology, the planet Mercury is involved in a lot of important processes when it comes to intellect and all these kind of things. But I don't know. It's an interesting thing that I think people might need to, do some research on.
And also too, like, like the old families, bro, like, centuries ago, like those families that were in charge, and they're like, even the slave owners, bro, like the people that had money, they still exist because they still have, their last name to them. And you don't think these people, they controlled their environment. They do it probably like to this day. No, they still do it to this day, bro. Yeah. Like they know how things are going to function if this happens and that happens, because they already been through it so many years.
The wisdom,
the wisdom of it, the experience that they have. And I think it's just they're trying to destroy, maybe, I don't know, now it's like they're going after the Latinos or something, bro. Like,
shit, man.
It goes deep into that. But yeah, like they don't want you to get too much information, because if you get too much information, you're gonna do it your own way, and there's always people that find it and man, they probably die, bro. Like you know, the CIA gets them or some shit, bro.
It's the famous. There's a famous story, I think, or a quote that was about. Think about if you live in a small village and nobody has a bike. Like nobody has an idea what a bike is.
The basic
bike.
The basic, yeah.
And then somebody comes along and they know how to ride a bike. They look like they're a superhero. You know, like you've never seen a bike in your life. You think this guy's a superhero. How does he have this machine that does this? And nobody else knows how to ride it. He's like, he's riding on 2 wheels. How does he balance? How does he do this? And then for the people that are watching him, they think that he's like this magician, this superhero. But wait until some random kid learns how to use the bike when he's not around, and now his superpowers are gone. You know, so that's what a lot of these secret sciences, these occult sciences, that's what it is. It's a lot of people think that they could run circles around other people who don't have information. But once you have this information, you realize it's not that magic. It's not that crazy. You know, it's a bike. Like you can ride it. You learn how to ride it. You can do your thing.
You just
everybody can do it.
Yeah.
Everybody can ride this bike. Everybody can use this information. But when people have learned it first, and they got to this information first, they can create a whole illusion and be like, keep people at bay and keep dangling a prize for you, acting like you're gonna like you're gonna just toying with you. They're toying with you, but ultimately anybody can get on a bike, and after a few tries you can ride it. And that's what all this secret stuff is. And
also too, it brings me to the point too that a lot of people they have ego, bro. Like even I forgot. There's that one billionaire's fucking his name. I forgot. But Elon Musk, they don't like each other, and they think that they're trying to ruin society and all that other shit, right? But it tells you how like, and it shows you how like different people, especially people with the money, they don't want the best for you, bro.
Yeah, no,
you know?
no.
So
that's true.
It's their ego that plays with them because they're like, they already made it basically, and they have all this money, and they don't want you to get to that. And there's always people like that, bro. There's always good and bad, right? Because but it sucks when it goes into the realm or like the evil side, basically.
Yeah,
like,
that's true. There's like that's what they say about there's a balance between the spiritual. There's a balance between spiritual and material. So it's like spirituality and practicality. And a lot of people will be either on one extreme or the other. You know what I mean? There's people who are like, no, I'm fully about, practicality. 1 + 1 = 2. You just, blah, blah. And the other people are fully spiritual. And it's like, if you ignore one aspect of life, you are going to be, a part of you you're only half alive,
Yeah.
You can get by. And you could do it, you can get by, but you're not seeing things for what they are. Everything is all together. So you have to be spiritual and material at the same time. And that's very hard for people to like really grasp their brain around, because they want to pick one side versus the other. But you have to balance both of these sides because both of them work together.
Exactly. And like we were talking about too, that we give it up for the people that like the gurus, bro, that they'll teach us the good because they're already at the top. Basically they're billionaires in their head already, bro. And some of them do have money, but it's like it's not all about money. But it just shows you, like, if you go on how people just like, oh yeah, he doesn't have all that money. They check their net worth on Google. Who the fuck Google, whatever. But people just be researching all that shit too, bro. But it's like it's not all about money, bro. Like if it's like in your head too, bro. Like peace of mind in your head.
I think we were talking about it the other day. I think Jimmy Humile, that dude who's famous from I guess he's like famous for making music for a bunch of up and coming new wave kind of Mexican artists, right?
Yeah,
like all these new songs, he has a big part of producing their music. And
don't tell me he's the
managing the Mexican P. Diddy.
Don't tell me he's the Mexican P. Diddy, bro.
I don't know anything about him, but this guy came up. He had a lot of some viral clips went around on radio stations. They had Jimmy Humile saying that fuck or not fuck, but like all this other raza has done nothing for the fucking race. They have done nothing for Mexicans. George Lopez, Mario Lopez are out here fucking tap dancing, this and that. Well, quote unquote, I'm just making shit up. But basically, the vibe of the video was he's like, they did nothing for Mexicans, and you can't name 20 people they put on. Besides them. That's what he said.
That's pretty.
And
that's
I
true.
think
Though.
that's a good point. That's a good point. And I'm like, yeah, if you look at most, let's say Mexican influencers, Mexican famous people, musicians, you can't name other people they put on under them, like disciples from them or people they taught. They didn't go back to their communities and teach people how to make it. It's like, I made it. I'm this. I'm that. Everybody else, whatever.
Damn.
And I think that's that ties into the spiritual stuff, because there's a lot of aspect of spirituality where there's saints and sages and yogis, whatever you want to call it. They go up into mountains and they just live by themselves in a cave. They don't interact with people. They're fully happy within their own experience of life, and that's their truth. That's how they live, and that's their bliss. They don't need to be around society people and this and that. But there are other people who see that, okay, there's a need in the world for this information, and I can share it in the best way possible. And to do that, you need to be practical. You need to go through the practical means of the world. You have to play the game of the world if you want to be seen by the world. So that's where people need to understand, like, some of these spiritual leaders that are in positions of fame or they're well known. It's because they're really good they figured out how to play the game. They already know the ins and outs of how it works.
Basically, yeah.
And that is more proof in how much the perception works when you really work on yourself, And but to get to a certain point of visibility and still maintaining that core message of like sharing information that will help you find yourself. It's not about following somebody. It's about helping you find your own truth. That's like a very powerful thing. And that's the truth from what I see, I think that's the most truthful path, is finding your own truth and evoking that out of somebody instead of telling them to follow you. And that's why if you see every person talking all this, you can hear words all day, but the ultimate truth for me, for what I look at, is that. But that's funny how it all ties in with that. What do you think about that Mexican?
Yeah, and also too, like, because we're, we like film and stuff. We went to school for that too.
Yeah.
But I don't really know too many Mexicans or Latinos that have helped the community in that kind of aspect of like, oh, this is how you make it and stuff. But if you do know, you could, put a comment and we could do more research on that. That would be really interesting to find out. But I mean, also too, like, the industry is like it's a dog world too, right? So I feel like they get lost in a way that like they basically sell their souls, bro. They're like, they feel like they want to help their people, but at the same time
they get mad.
Some of them they got backstabbed, and you don't know their situation too, right?
I think that's what happens, bro. I think they go through like getting backstabbed. Yeah,
that, and then and they're just tired of helping their community out, bro. And that's the sad part too, because every race you'll always have like backstabbers, and you're always gonna have good people. It's always like that, bro. It's like everywhere. It's everywhere. It's not just
it's a human nature.
Yeah, it's not one race. It's not like this race is they're all racist. No, bro.
Yeah, it's human.
Yeah, it's every freaking race is the same way, bro. Yeah. But anyways, yeah, like I think that they're too tied into Hollywood and they forget where they come from, most of them, and they lose themselves, bro. And just depends, and that shows you too of a person what they really are. So when they fucking die, you don't really give a shit about it, bro. You're like, all right, whatever, on to the next one, right?
Yeah.
But the people that do impact you do feel some sadness, and also too, not even just sadness, like it should encourage you, and it gives you motivation of like, that person did it and I could too, right? And if it's like that person that gives you the good the good values and ideas and how to go through this loophole and this, you give them the positive message, bro, and you follow that and you turn into a better person, then that is definitely the description of my idol.
That's true.
Of like sending out a positive message and not being fake and helping people around you, because I think that's what counts in this world. Because when you pass away, you're gonna have friends, all the memories that you've been through with them and all that, and to be in your grave, bro, and you don't know, like when you die and your spirit's on top of your body and you see everybody in pain, and maybe you could read their mind or something, but at the same time, they're gonna be like, "Hey, this guy was humble and he told the truth, and you're gonna die like a free man, bro." Basically, like your spirit's gonna be somewhere else, like you're gonna be in peace, bro. And instead of being like, "Oh, this fool fucking lied to me and this guy backstabbed me," and I wouldn't want to be that person. But if one of my family members kind of passes away and I know how they are, I'm like, man, this will be lying. But who knows if he's faking his death right up?
He's faking his death.
Like, I got some family members be lying about everything.
Why
bro.
did you die now? You owe me a few. You owe me some.
Yeah, bro. Like I got family, and shit. And I'll tell them too, bro. Like you always have liars in your family too, and you already know not to trust them already. Like, and it's funny. Some of them think that that you believe them and shit, bro. But
I know, man.
But you could play
that's
with
probably
it.
one of the funniest things, man. It's when they think that just because you're chill, like you're a fucking idiot.
Chill asshole, bro. Yeah, exactly.
Chill,
right. Yeah.
Like, bro, I'm just chilling with you, bro. I don't need to question everything about you, but I can see you.
Perfect, bro.
You just look at somebody, you can just see what they are.
Exactly.
And it's like, bro, like you don't have to play this game, bro. Like just chill.
Yeah, like just because they see you like a chill dude.
You think you're dumb or something? Like you think you're in La La Land or some shit.
But in reality, you're already 10 steps ahead, because you're like, I don't know, when I'm gonna talk to this fool he's gonna say some fucking dumbass shit, bro.
And that ties into this other thing that we're gonna talk about too, is the situational awareness, right? And I think situational awareness is a big thing that people nowadays, like even coming to your house right now, I was driving on the street and then it was a green light, but it's like the car in front of me just slammed the brakes, and then I obviously slammed the brakes. I'm like, what the hell is a green light? I just see this kid zooming in on a scooter just in a broad daylight, busy intersection. Like, honestly, that was pretty much I'd give him like an 80% chance of death right there, just what he did there. But he survived somehow, Yeah. But that was those type of things. Like you have to be more aware of your surroundings, especially nowadays when you're on your phone and all this kind of stuff. You have to have that awareness, and it
bro,
takes many different shapes. What do you think?
Yeah, bro. Like it's funny that you say that, because I mean, I always walk my dog, and I'll be walking my dog, and then there's like some fucking dude on the phone, literally at like 8 p.m. bro. It was not even that late, but he was on his phone walking, bro, and he wasn't even looking straight at me, bro. And I'm here and I'm like, man, is this knucklehead gonna move out of the way? He sees a big ass dog coming this way, I would move. And nah, man, like he was still on his phone until he just saw me for like that 1 second, because I was close up. Yeah. And then he goes like, he gets all scared, bro. Like, like he's gonna have a heart attack or some shit. I'm like, bro, you got this whole freaking, like, you have to be aware of everything, bro. No mames. And you even hear I see these knuckleheads, they be wearing earmuffs, walking like at 11 p.m., midnight, 1 a.m. They still have like their headphones, like nothing's gonna happen to them, bro. And that's the worst time too. And they're like in a bubble. They think they're in a safe bubble, bro. I don't know their generations or whatever how they grew up, but I would definitely not be wearing no earmuffs like around that.
That's
time
true.
Of, like, because people nowadays are crazier than ever, bro. Like, they'll stab you and they'll shoot you and they'll do whatever. But like,
that's funny. Yeah, that's true, bro. That's pretty true. I think that, you know what? I don't know. Maybe there's different ways of having that. I think there's almost like subtle ways where you can have that too. And when you're chilling, when you're in a good vibe, I think usually when you're on a good vibe and you generally don't have fear in your heart, usually I think your life will play out just fine. I think because you attract a lot of enemies based off how you are inside of you. So if you, even if you seem like you're a chill dude, but inside of you, you have this turmoil, this mental turmoil, you'll attract people like that, and then they'll feed off that. And it's almost like your own mind playing against you. But if you're genuinely aligned with how you feel and you're generally a chill person, usually you don't attract enemies. Like,
That's true.
things
Yeah.
just happen naturally and smoothly. Your life happens very smoothly. So, and a lot of the teachings of any religion, any discipline, they teach you this. Like, yeah, like if you're fully aligned with what you are in outside and inside, like things will just open heart and like not seeing everything for like as bad. Generally you're attract like good things. And I know that, yeah, if you have fear in your heart, you'll attract fearful circumstances. Even if you're a good person, even if you're a chill person, if you're very afraid inside of you, like to your core, you'll attract those to you, you know? And I think that is a spiritual disease. That's not a physical disease. That's like your own. You have to clean that with spiritual practice.
Exactly. And you know what really helps that too, your soul, if you do mixed martial arts, bro, because you feel more confident. So if you
that makes sense. Yeah,
because like if you do boxing, Muay Thai, and wrestling, all that,
then you know
like,
you're good.
Yeah, like because you know we've been doing that too, been doing that for years. But you feel more confident. Yeah, like all right, like I'm walking down this path, and I know like if someone comes at me, they're gonna be in trouble. If they don't have a gun, obviously, or a knife, but if you know how to defend yourself, you're gonna be fine, right? So you feel more confident, and I feel like that's like a bubble barrier, that you have that if it comes at you, like you're gonna be fine, bro. And that confident of like that mindset, the mindset that you have like that, you don't attract people like that in your life.
That's true. You know? Yeah, you do have to have that awareness, and there's also an internal awareness that you can cultivate, which is like we're talking about your gut
Yeah, the gut feeling. Yeah.
So you have to be aware inside you too, like that gut warning.
And also too, like I feel like you know, more women, like girls, are obviously more like easier targets, bro. Yeah. And if the girl, whoever, all the girls that be hearing this, it'd be good to like take a jiu-jitsu class here and there, or like a mixed martial art class, because then you'll know exactly what to do if the situation, like, you know, something happens to you like that, bro. So it gets them also, you know, mentally you'll be good too.
That confidence.
Like, the confidence of and it's good for them because they'll be handling a guy, you know, they'll be choking him out and stuff, and that's pretty cool too, because girls should be able to defend themselves too, right? But now it's with the robots walking around, you're not gonna need that shit, bro. You know, they're gonna be on the street now walking, bro, and that's also a good and bad thing, because
that's a fact, man.
You know, you're gonna be more, you're gonna feel more safe, and if you say help, a robot will be there in like half than a fucking second, bro.
Damn. Oh, so bro. Shit, we haven't even talked about the emails, but send us emails. Send us some more emails.
Yeah, we had a few emails, but
we keep getting carried away, man.
Yeah,
the other time it was hard to read it, man. Yeah. But because we were up on the mountain, we were freezing our ass off. I'm not gonna lie, up there we were like, we can hardly think. You can hardly think.
We're not used to that weather, bro.
When it gets cold up there, it's hard to think. But
we were like, just had like a sweater or so, and man, you needed a freaking
big thick jacket over up there or something. But send us some emails. All the information's on the comments, and then you can tap into the YouTube, because I literally recently, just the past day or so, uploaded the 2 new YouTube videos, and this one's gonna be up too. But everything's been good and slowly building. A lot of good news, a lot of good things, a lot of people reaching out.
I see that, bro. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Yeah, thank you for everybody that watches. We appreciate that for sure, and it's cool that you guys be watching our things and send it to a lot of your friends that you care for, because we're giving out a positive message out here.
The info it's not for the raza, for the community.
For la raza. Yeah, it's like no fake shit. Like all you see, 90% now of all that shit is fake as hell on Instagram and YouTube and all that bullshit, bro. So when you listen to real ones, you know you're gonna get real facts.
And I think we've been giving them, man.
You're like your boy P Diddy, bro. Remember, like that the actor, bro, Terrence. Forgot his last name, but he was talking about that too.
Oh, like, Terrence Howard.
His video is going viral right now because he's basically exposing more of it too, and people don't. I feel like people don't believe it too. I feel like girls they fall for it more, bro, because they're more emotional. They're more emotional beings, bro, and they don't want to believe that their idol, their singer, whatever, he luckily got up there, bro. Like, you know, a miracle shit, bro. But behind the scenes, you don't know what they're doing, bro. And it's like in Hollywood too. Like these girls, you even see it too. It's right there, and they still they still fall for it, bro. Damn. And it's sad that they still fall for it.
Well, just to clarify for the people, what was it? Terrence Howard.
Yeah, he said.
I guess he said that, but P Diddy parties that he actually like wanted to teach him acting or some shit.
Yeah, like he wanted to be his acting coach, and he said he'd just be staring at him and
over and over again.
And he's like, he called him again. He's like, "What do you want me to go over?" And he was like, and then he said like, "Oh, I think he's trying to fuck you." Like his assistant told that to the actor, bro. Like
to this was like, "Yo, you know what? I'm not gonna keep with this."
Yeah. And I'm like, and then that's why some of these dudes in Hollywood, and even especially females, they get the men, they get their man card taken away, bro.
Because women just get taken advantage of in
bro, and
in the same way. But yeah.
Yeah, and if you see, like, I think we always talk about it.
I think never mind.
We always talk about it that we always say that the A-listers, bro, like they're there for a reason, and they do some shady ass shit. And I feel like, especially that kind of world, it's the devil's background, bro. So they'll be doing some satanic shit and some weird ass shit, and then they also like go crazy because they can't. Just imagine if you go to like. Put yourself in that position, bro. You're barely coming up, and anybody could fucking be an actor, bro. You can just I get a guy off the street, tell him to act, and he's out. If you're a good director, you're still gonna make this fool look like he's Leo DiCaprio, bro.
Yeah, same thing with the producer. That's why you have Sexy Red, all these Cardi B, all this. I mean, they have their own talents in a way, but ultimately it's the production, it's the machine behind them. You know, like you just said. If you put any person up on a camera, up on the screen, Hollywood shit, you make the next Leo DiCaprio, bro, easy like that. And they know that. They know it's not about the person. It's about the machine that's behind the person.
Exactly.
And those people are picked. They're picked, you know. And then it's gate kept, obviously.
I think it's that one movie, Babylon. I forgot. It didn't even I think it didn't even get an Oscar nominee, if I'm not mistaken. But that was one of the, and then one of the lead actors, he was Mexican, so it's a Mexican lead. Babylon.
It was a Mexican movie, no?
No, it's Babylon, bro. It was
Brad Pitt.
Yeah, with Brad Pitt.
Oh, okay, yeah. I think the Mexican director, bro.
He was.
Let me look it up.
Because but I knew I know that the lead actor was Mexican. Like he's the main character, bro. He was Mexican. But anyways, you're talking about
Damien. No, it's Damien Chazelle. Or is that you're talking about a different movie?
No, that's the movie right there, bro.
Oh, that's the movie. Oh,
that's
shit,
the movie.
But
the lead actor is a Mexican actor, bro.
No way.
Yeah.
Let's see who's the acting cast.
That's a good ass movie, but it tells you, bro.
Diego Calva.
Yeah,
and that's the main guy.
Yeah, he's the main guy in the whole movie.
I never heard about this guy.
And it tells you how Hollywood is like. It literally just tells you they're in one of those underground. Actor. Yeah, they're in like an underground house party, and they're doing like satanic rituals. Way. Yeah,
that's what that movie's about.
Yeah, that's how it starts. I think I've seen that like probably like
I've never
3 times,
heard
bro.
about this movie.
That's a good ass movie. Yeah, it should have won an Oscars, bro.
I gotta watch this shit,
for
bro.
best picture and best cinematography. Even that one girl that's popping right now. What's her fucking name? That white chick.
Selena Gomez.
No. She's
Sabrina Carpenter.
Yeah, her. She's in that too, bro. So she's her girlfriend in the movie.
No,
Mexican.
Margot Robbie, or is really
she did what's that Barbie? That Barbie.
Oh, that's Margot Robbie.
Yeah. So, anyways, I'm not good with names, as you can tell, but yeah, but yeah, like that movie tells you like they're in an underground party and it's like satanic, bro, and they have like like Satan, bro, and they're all in a
worshiping
party.
It?
Yeah, worship, and it's like having an orgy as well. Like like in one corner they have like orgy, another corner they're like doing cocaine, and then in the middle they're just like dancing, bro. Like if it's a club, and it's all like red. And everybody's just dancing, and then you see these producers, and then they have a minor like that's in there, and then you see the top producers, their directors at the time, like in the movie, they have her in a room doing some weird shit, bro. That's exactly what that movie is.
Really?
It's a good ass movie. Yeah.
That's wild.
Yeah. So they ended up getting keistered because the girl dies in the
Movie?
Yeah, I think she dies, and they just try to bury her because she was gonna be the next. She was like 13 or some shit, and she's gonna be the next rising star, but she died. I think she died. Yeah, and then the one of the directors tells them, all right, who's gonna be the next? They talk amongst themselves, bro. They're like, all right, we gotta see who's gonna be the next Brad Pitt in the movie.
Yeah.
And then they just go, they're on their back balcony, they see the party, and then they're like, that girl right there, she's gonna be the next star.
Oh, like that?
Yeah, like that, bro.
Damn.
And the next you know, they grab her, and obviously she has to do her thing, and then she goes to auditions, but they already know that she's already gonna make it, bro.
They choose her.
Yeah, they choose her, and it just tells you how it just shows you basically how it is, bro. And then she ended up doing cocaine, and she just became a wreck, bro. Like she
Damn.
Like, she lost all the money. Like, it's a good ass movie, bro. I don't know why it didn't win the Oscars, but
I never heard of it. I gotta watch it.
But yeah, Brad, like, pretty good.
Babylon.
Yeah,
Holy shit, it's 3 hours long, and it's
all worth it too, bro.
Fuck,
it's all worth it. They have like some clean ass shots too. But anyways,
damn, I gotta watch that.
Yeah, bro. It's exactly what Terrence
Crawford was talking about?
Yeah, exactly like that. Like the Diddy parties, basically, that's what it is.
Or
like,
Terrence Howard? Who is that? Terrence Howard or Crawford?
Terrence, I don't even know, bro.
Fuck.
Terrence Howard, bro.
Terrence Howard, there you go.
Yeah, Terrence, and yeah, he's like, he seems like he's a genuine guy. I mean, he seems, I think I don't know if he got blacklisted, but I know he was gonna be in Iron Man 3 or 2. Mm-hmm. And he said some things and they casted him out, bro. And he was in the first one, and he was a good actor. I don't know why they fucking they took him out, but he said some things that they didn't want to. Yeah,
they definitely make him seem crazy because he does seem like there's some stuff that he says that's like completely crazy.
And he's a really good actor too. But yeah, well, going back what he said, like just imagine. And then this is where we were off. Like, say you're gonna be an actor, bro, and you go to one of these parties, you get invited. Luckily, you get that too, bro. You gotta be lucky. You gotta be lucky to get invited to one of these. And it sounds kind of stupid too, right? But you don't know. But you're like, oh shit, like
the Diddy party.
Yeah, bro. Like oh shit, I'm going to the Diddy mansion, bro. Like, you're all excited, bro. You know, you're like, oh shit, I'm gonna see some girls over here and all this shit, bro.
Yeah, none of that.
And the next you know, you're like, yeah, you don't know what's behind that.
Behind those doors.
Yeah, but behind those doors, bro. And the next,
that's hilarious.
And you have your man card right before you enter that door, bro. And it's up to you to keep it. But if they tell you like, it's like a dude telling you, bro, like, hey, he pulls you to the side in a fucking room, bro, and he's like, hey, Eddie, you know what? I see a lot of potential. You could be the next.
Hell no.
You could be the next Leo DiCaprio, bro. We're gonna make you. You're gonna get all these girls, but you know what? We want some from you, and it's only gonna be like less than an hour, bro. You're gonna get whatever you wanted, bro.
Hell no.
Just imagine they picture that moment, bro, and they sell it to you good, and a lot of dudes be doing that shit, and then that's when it goes back. So if you agreed to do that, like Bad Bunny.
That's the rumor. They said that this guy was well, there's an audio back in the day though.
Yeah, bro, that shit made me fucking.
I don't know. I don't know if it was real, legit, or whatever. But there's this audio, this Bad Bunny audio with supposed to be a Diddy audio, this and that. But man, that shit would sound nasty, and it did sound like his name too. It did sound like his voice.
Yeah,
and I was
that shit was nasty as hell, bro.
Like, who knows what's real? Who knows what's not? But damn, that's a fact.
But yeah, like even that don't too like his music is not even that great, bro. He'd be just like, it's all about beats and whatever the message he's be giving out. And then he's like, after that happened to him, supposedly, allegedly, that happened to him. I think it did, but he ended up fucking in dresses and shit, bro. Like,
after that, that's true, bro. Because Bad Bunny used to be this little street rapper too, huh?
Yeah, exactly.
Bad Bunny used to be a hood little Puerto Rican rapper, trapper.
Yeah,
he used to be like trap music, and then he became like super other kind of music.
And then once he started wearing women clothes, bro. Like he started wearing like dresses and stuff. Bro. Yeah, the girls, like all his fans were saying, or the message that he was trying to give is like that supposedly a tranny or a tranny guy, a trans guy got killed by a straight man, and that's why supposedly he did it, and so they even love them more, bro. So it's two sides, right? You don't know what to believe, anyways, but for the most part, he was giving out that message that supposedly, he's doing it for. You think he's gonna do it for that guy, bro? Come on, bro. He's doing it for really, bro.
That's a fact. That's true. I didn't even think about
this
it.
This guy comes from he comes from nothing, and
if you really care about, you're right. If you really care about the dude, like, and you're genuine, you're probably just like, you probably just make like a speech for him or something. But to dress in a dress, that's obviously a very performative thing. That's like,
that's just a
mind fuck they're trying to do on you.
That's just a role that he was playing, bro. Like he doesn't really care about that, bro. Nah. It's like Selena Gomez, where she was talking about crying that they're
the Mexicans. That shit was out of nowhere, bro.
They're deporting our people while she was at the Oscars award with $1 million necklace, bro. And
you should be in the trenches if you really feel that.
Yeah,
bad,
like fight for the people then, and let's show it, bro. You know,
true. Yeah,
if you really care about it. But it was just all like a political thing, obviously.
It's all like performance.
Yeah, performance. So you could get more of like the la
feedback,
raza,
feedback.
like the raza, like, oh yeah, she's with us, but they're just selling you some bullshit, bro. Because if she really cared, she'd be out there trying to help out. You know, who knows if she is or not? You know, but
that's a fact.
But if they're from Hollywood, the majority of the part they're just for themselves.
Yeah, it's a more of an image,
and it's always controlled. Yeah, it's always controlled because they don't want you to speak a different way. So it's like you're a puppet. So
that's true.
And we're just trying to open people's eyes, bro. Like even the youngsters, bro. Like if you're trying to, it's give you a shot. Like you're gonna be, that shouldn't discourage you from not being a director or actor. Do your own thing, because I see there's more opportunity now than before, because you can create your own thing now, bro.
That's a good point right there.
You see?
100%.
And you don't have to, it's like rappers back then, like they had to get signed by major labels, or else you wouldn't be anything. Now, and in the past, when everything just shifted, SoundCloud was that, bro. That was your big label. You hit a song right there, you made it, bro. Damn. And it's like the same thing now. Like
that's a fact.
Hulu's, and we got so many things, bro. Hulu, Netflix, and all that. You know, you can create.
Good point. That's a good point.
Yeah, so don't get discouraged too. Like it's not about the Diddy parties, bro.
It ain't about the Diddy party.
But yeah, bro, like they'll be painting that picture of like. Well, we were going back on Terrence Howard.
Terrence Crawford. We thought that was a boxer.
Yeah, bro. That's what I said too. Shit. Yeah, the boxer, bro. That I think he's gonna fight Canelo too. But anyways, or it could be that. I think it is that fool. But anyways, we're talking about how the things that, like, if you did take that path where P Diddy or some dudes fucking gave it to you, and you're a man, bro, and you're a man and you're a straight dude, and they want to take that man card from you, bro, and it's like a game to them too, like those sick perverts in Hollywood, the producers, not all of them, but the majority of that, they're like, the big time guys, they want to see they play a game. I feel like they play a game. They get in like a little group. It's like a little, like 5 of them, and they're like, all right, I'm gonna see how many souls I could take, like straight dudes, bro. Yeah. And then they'll be telling about it.
It's an ego game. Yeah. It's an ego game.
It's like a game shit, bro.
After a while, I think it becomes an ego stroke. Like what I can do. It's like they're getting off to the ego getting happy.
Yeah.
Which is not, it's probably not even a sexual thing for them. It's just like, they're like, oh, I have this much power. I can make anybody do anything I want. And that's like this sick, perverted mind going to extreme with power attached to it. Like if you have a pervert in the corner, he's usually probably like fucking in a bus somewhere just staring at people or some shit. But if they have power, they turn into these weirdos.
Yeah.
So it's like they start
like Jeffrey Epstein shit, bro.
All that kind of shit. So you're tying in perverts with power, and they're getting into these scandals and this weird shit that they're doing. But a lot of it's also groupthink. It's like if you think about it, in sororities, colleges, fraternities, they have hazing rituals, and a lot of that shit is like it's gay, bro. It's like
Gay shit,
homosexual shit.
Yeah, gay shit.
They're what's if you're that's fine. Like that's your thing.
Yeah, we don't hate on gay people. To be
That's
honest,
your thing. We're just calling it like it is, and we're calling the power dynamics behind that. And the power dynamics behind that is that it's like if you want to be part of the group, you have to be forced to do these things.
Exactly,
and,
bro. Things that you don't want to do.
If you don't do those things, then you're not part of that group. And so it's blackmail. So, and that works on the sorority level, on the fraternity level, and on the political level.
Yep.
The Freemasons, all these Hollywood executives, all this stuff, they all have blackmail on each other. And that's how they stay quiet. And then the second you start saying things outside of the group, they get off, they get killed. Because it's like you take these oaths, you take these rituals, and once you get out of line, it's like you're either a crazy guy, and they market you. They put all their whole power they have behind the media agency to make you crazy person, to make you the sick person, or they make you seem like somebody who commits suicide or disappears. You know, so that's what happens with these groups.
What is it, Babylon Grove or what is it? That
one, Bohemian Grove.
Bohemian Grove. There you go. Yeah,
they're all part of. There's a secret society because a lot of presidents are part of that. Because they all go to Harvard or some shit like that. Harvard, all that shit. And then they're like, there's a society called the Skull and Bones Society. And I think Obama was part of it. They're all part of it. They all are part of the secret society. Skull and Bones and the Freemasons and this and that. And they all have these or basically homosexual rituals of initiation. And
I think they have pedophiles too, right?
Like they say they have a lot of pedophile child stuff going on with their rituals too.
But we can't even say that anymore. Supposedly it's attracted minor bullshit now, bro. That's what
they're
say.
Trying to do weird shit with that stuff. But it's like you see how just sick this whole once you get down that road, it's like there's a lot more that meets the eye.
Exactly. It's more like a spiritual fucking devil kind of shit, bro.
It's
like
the ego gone loose. The ego, and that's why it's easy to say, okay, so we're in battle against these dark forces, and in reality, it's more so observing how much and how extreme and perverted and wicked your own ego can go. And that's why the whole truth is actually within you. So you can sit there and fight everybody. You can sit there and be like, this is bad, this is that. And you can take practical steps to make the world better. And everybody should do that. But ultimately, that ego is within you for you to understand, like, that's all that sickness, all that ego stuff, those extremes exist within every person. Yeah. And it's not outside of you. It's all, the world is happening through you. And you have to realize that, you have to do these practices to be able to see things in a clearer way. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. And the sad part is like Hollywood, they know that it's a continuous thing. Like they've been doing this shit for years, bro. So they know they're always gonna have actors and actresses audition. Like no matter what happens, there's always gonna be these youngsters that they're gonna go, bro. They move there and they do all that shit, and it's never gonna stop. And they know that for a fact, and it's crazy how they're just coming off their P. Diddy, bro. Like he must have, I think he pissed off some big people. I think what they're saying supposedly was saying that he pissed off what was it, BlackRock?
Yeah, P. Diddy.
Because he owns Ciroc or something, and he wanted to get more money. That shows you too that enough money.
There's always somebody higher.
That, and you're never gonna get enough money, even though he had a freaking mansion and all that, bro. The ego just took over him, and the ego just shut him down because he messed with some big people. And I feel like they focus more, like we said, that whole energy of like the power that they had. We're gonna get you because he did beat up a girl, his girlfriend, right?
Cassie,
he allegedly he beat her up. Through I forgot the day, but it was like maybe 4 or 5 years ago. I could be mistaken, I'm not sure, but they had that image, or they had that video, the footage, and once he pissed off all these people, they used that against him.
Oh yeah,
you see?
that's a good point. That's a good point. Yeah.
So when they raided his mansion, like the FBI, how come they don't show like? I mean, obviously they can't show videos of like what they were doing in there, but the people that work for the FBI, they know exactly what happened, bro, because they seen the whole footage.
That's a fact.
And just imagine if it leaked out. But at the same time, why haven't they released the Epstein list, bro? Because a lot of I think who is the owner of BlackRock, bro?
Ah, shit.
Like,
I don't know about that,
bro. Like if you mess with those like dudes are like, you know, that's like you're getting to
you're getting it too,
and
too much. You know it too much at that point.
Yeah.
I don't know who that is.
And sadly that's how the world is, bro. Like if
That's
you mess
true.
with big people like that and you're well known and you go against them, you're gonna lose most of the time. Just prime example of P. Diddy, bro. Like he thought he was the king and no one could touch him. And look what happened. He's in prison now. And it's like it's crazy how I mean, if you do think about it, if you're like in that position, all that power, bro, and your day comes where you mess with the wrong people and your ass is in prison, what will you go back to, bro? What were you gonna go back to?
And
what do people do? Like they go back to the Bible, bro.
Oh, okay,
like you know, so they go back and they read the Bible, and then once they get out, they say that I'm a changed man, bro, because of you. How come you didn't have that when you were right there, bro?
Oh shit, bro! You're getting too real now.
Yeah, but
that's what they say. Like, bro, you guys are out here doing fucking
right now, bro. My
getting your routine in, getting your workout in. Why do you do that outside?
Yeah, why don't you do that every day, bro? You don't
That's what they say, bro. It's like
fucking...
you watch all these prison documentaries. I gotta get up. I hit these fucking the burpees and all this shit. And every morning, everybody doing it. Discipline. I'm like, bro, why can you do that right now? Bro?
Exactly.
Why can you do that outside, bro?
Yeah, like your mandatory yard.
It's like, bro, it's like do that shit on your own.
Your ass doesn't even get up till fucking like 10 in the morning, bro. You fucking waking up at 6 in the morning in prison for mandatory yard workout, bro. Like yard. Come on, man.
Nah, that's funny, man.
But
that's true.
Oh well, remember when we went to the Sadhguru event?
Yeah,
that's
one of the big ones.
Yeah, and that was crazy as hell, bro. Because I remember that he was giving us some situations where he was like, "All right, close your eyes and just imagine." I still remember that shit, and that's crazy how you controlled everybody. Like that was.
Oh, that's a good point right there. We gotta say that because there's been multiple times in my life where I realized like, holy fuck, like I can't believe like the skill level this person has right now because I never even knew it until I saw it. Because I remember one time we went to go watch a live show of taping of a sitcom.
Yeah.
And if you ever watch a live taping, you know they have comedians that come in to keep the energy up.
Yeah.
You know, they have comedians, and I don't even know this guy's name. I don't know what he was, but this comedian came out in the middle of the live taping, and he was like trying so hard. He's putting so much effort into like into getting the spirits up of the people and making them laugh. Mm-hmm. And you know, there's like large sections of people who are like, man, fuck this guy. Like their energy was like against him, but he was still trying so hard, and somehow he got laughs. And that for me, that amazed me in that moment because I'm like, holy fuck, like this whole crowd is like so all over the place, and then this one guy's in charge of trying to make them in a high spirit.
Yeah,
and somehow he would get to those like moments where everybody would laugh, and I'm like, holy fuck, that's actually a really great skill, and that's a moment that I really thought of. And then that brings me back to the Sadhguru moment because we saw Sadhguru like 3 years ago. He had an event here in LA.
Yeah,
so we went to go watch it, and then the way he controlled the crowd. We're talking about thousands of people, and this is like so effortless, and it's a really amazing thing to see.
I think also too it's his experience that throughout all these years he knows how to control the crowd, bro. That's another one too, bro.
Yeah, that's true.
If you know how to control a crowd, that's a great skill.
But when you see it in action, that's like a different crazy ass. It's a different experience for me. I've never really. Seen somebody that was like that.
It was crazy because like how he controlled your emotions basically because he was just like I remember he was just like, all right, everybody close your eyes and you put your feet inside the sand, like you're like walking towards it, and you feel the sand.
Oh, the experience.
Like the experience, and you're like you feel relaxed. Even if you think about it right now, like you go to the beach and you take your socks off, your shoes off, whatever, and you walk on the sand, bro, and then you walk inside the water, and it feels like cold, and it feels good on a hot day, and you feel that,
Yeah.
And then he said, and all of a sudden, you see your mom die or something, like drowning or something.
Or, you're drowning. You're drowning.
Oh yeah, you're drowning, and you're like, what the fuck? Like what?
You had an experience. What kind of? He took you through a whole experience of that.
Yeah, and then
it's wild.
And then I had like a lady next to me. And she was crying, bro. And then at the same time, she was laughing like she was
hysterically,
like she was laughing like there's a demon inside or something, bro. Like, it was crazy. And I'm like, and that kind of took me out of my state of like trance that I was in, the meditation, because I was like, damn, what the hell? This girl's like literally like it sounded like there's a demon next to me, bro. Like laughing, bro. Like no, like that was crazy, bro. I was like, god damn, she's laughing like she just killed someone or something.
Like hysterically,
yeah, bro. Yeah. And I was like, that kind of scared me a little bit, bro.
It takes you for when you I've seen these. Well, that was my first experience of it, actually. I've never been into like meditation. Usually when I do it, it's just been me. Like these kind of things are always very personal. Like any kind of spiritual practice for me has always been personal. I always do it in private, but that moment was something where you do it with a bunch of people, and they kind of walk you through it. In a way, they're like, hey, usually they do, but sometimes they just go in at it. But usually they're like, hey, like your experience is yours and it's going to be your experience. But when you're in a crowd full of people, every single person in there can have a vastly different experience, depending on the person. And you shouldn't focus on what they're doing.
Oh, that's true too. Because
when you're in that room and when they're in that meditative state, you hear it's like a jungle. It's like some people are super calm, some people are crying hysterically, some people are laughing like maniacs, some people are yelling like at the top of their lungs and like continuously yelling. It sounds like every kind of sound you could imagine is going to be in that room at that time, and you just have to focus on your own personal experience. But I do understand, because I do remember all those sounds, and I know exactly what you're talking about, because we went to that event. Like it was a cool experience.
It was a really good. I felt really good. I felt like I went to like I was at church or something, bro. But and people were kind of shocked that we were like Latinos and a lot of Indian people too. You know, like
you don't really see many. Well, actually, you do nowadays. You do.
Oh,
like
do you?
I've seen a lot of people. There's a lot of Latinos, there's a lot of Mexicans, and they all look the same. They all got long hair. Fucking like you're like me over here, bro. Yeah. Like I'd be looking at these guys, I'm like, god damn, we all have the same fucking Mexican coming around.
The fucking Aztecs, bro.
Every single Mexican that's around, they all have the same kind of fucking Mexican. But there's a lot of Mexicans that are involved with all this kind of shit. But I went to Chichen Itza, and the guide, he was like, all this knowledge, all this kind of stuff is like been passed down for years, and it's also part of the Indian stuff where they teach. It's all connected. Like they all teach similar things. That's why you're drawn to it in a way. Yeah. Naturally, you know. But yeah, man, it was that was a good experience, and it was always interesting. So if you're ever interested in doing something like that, like take a program, take an event somewhere, something that draws your attention. Like if it draws you in, it draws you in for a reason. It's not. It's a bigger. There's a bigger picture to it all, but it's pretty cool to like actually be there in flesh and see how it works.
Yeah, people that if you want to, it's always good to go out and explore. For all the youngsters, don't like, because they say that a lot of these Gen Zs, bro, that just be stuck in the room, not just on their phone. And I think it's better for you guys to freaking go outside and experience new things, because it's going to make you a better person. Not only that, it's going to help you mentally, because just being on your phone, like I was on my phone too. Like I say I'm on my phone too. Some days you get those days where you're like, and you get lazier. You feel like you don't want to do anything. You don't even want to interact with people, bro. And
that's a fact.
And that's a bad thing too, because you just gotta say, no, I gotta go somewhere. I gotta do this. I gotta do that. But yeah, it's always good to explore. And I advise everybody to do things that they like go explore. Like we always talk about nature or whatever. go on a bike ride or even go on a walk, and you have different ideas that'll shift your brain and that'll keep you stimulated and keep you healthy. That's the most things. But what do you want to end it off on, bro?
I guess the thing I would want to end it off on would be for everybody listening, like, it's the same stuff we always kind of ended off on, and it's good to remember every time. It's good to remember daily, like everything that you think you identify with, it's not you. A lot of things that you think that you're feeling, that's happening to you, that's all this and that, a lot of it's mental turmoil, mental stuff that you're putting onto yourself. Nobody's holding it to you. Nobody's like pressuring you. If you got your needs met, you got food, you got
your family,
you got things. And some people out there, maybe they're living a solitary life, depending on because I've spoken to a lot of different type of people. And ultimately, once you get your needs met in that way, the rest of it is within inside you, and it's within you. And I think that's something that you have to realize, that your mind is always trying to make things up and trying to attach yourself to things. And the more you can like not identify with that, the less you'll suffer. But the more you latch onto something, the more pain it'll bring. The more you want to make something, the more you want to possess something in life, the more it'll hurt you. And I think that, that's a deep topic to talk about.
Yeah, bro, that's another topic.
That's
we got to talk about.
Topic.
Yeah.
But in a very simple way, it's like,
in
a very simple way, it's like, everything is fluid. Don't try to be too attached to something. You're whole within yourself, and everything should just be like, you should just share your own happiness with people around you. Like, if you're in a good mood, you'll be the best person to be around.
Exactly. Yeah.
If you're happy within yourself, like, even you could be a demon next to him, but you'll be a good time. There's a lot of homies that you come across that, sometimes most of the time they're dicks, but when they're in a good mood, they're a good person.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Like,
that's everybody.
That's a fact, and that's true. That's true with everybody. So if you see yourself in that same way, I think that everything will work itself out usually. And good scenarios, and you'll try good situations based off how you feel.
Yeah.
And don't get too lost in the sauce. Just live, man. Just enjoy the sun, especially now that it's out, especially out here in California.
In the summertime, summertime coming, beach time's coming. But I'm gonna end it off with always for everybody that's just starting, like we are, like content creators, podcast YouTubers. Always keep putting your things out, because there's always that one special person that wants to hear you, bro. Like, you don't even know. There's like, I know, like I don't know, but like I have videos, or like people that do YouTube, like ASMR, like the girls that be doing that, and right before I go to sleep, I'll be like listening to one of their videos, bro, and I'll sleep like more peacefully. And I'm like, I can't wait till another video comes out, right? So there's always that one person. Like, it could be like you have it, bro. I have it. Anybody has it. Like, put out your content, and there's always gonna be that person that is that can't wait. She or he can't wait till to hear your shit, bro. Like, they're excited to see you, So that's pretty cool. It's like your own celebrity, bro.
Hey.
Yeah, but
that's funny.
But that's pretty cool. Yeah, like that's how I'm gonna end it off. So for all like people that are starting to like keep posting your things out, because I like to see small people make it.
That's right.
Giving out positive message, bro.
There you go.
So that's what, my bro. So if you haven't already, subscribe, like, comment, share to your friends, family members, people that you care about, and send us more emails. We have a few. We have a few emails.
We'll get to it next time, bro.
Next time, because they're coming in, my boy.
They're coming in too hot, bro.
You guys,
Too many hot topics, man.
Yeah, fuck yeah, man. But everybody, peace out.